At the end of this week, the Premier League returns, but one thing that we haven't finalised doing is constructing the squads. Now, the latest reports state that Pochettino still hopes to bring in at least 4 more players, and do not be surprised to see there being exits made before the window closes. So, my friends, in today's video, I am here to talk Pochettino's predicted lineup for next season, and I want to talk about his predicted 25-man squad for the season ahead. So, I hope you guys definitely enjoy this video. I feel like for a conversation like this, I had to put in more TLC in this video. I had to gas up the visuals a bit more. You guys know how I do things. So if you guys are excited for the new season, if you guys think we're set to do some madness before the window closes, then hit that like button, share your thoughts and opinions, and without wasting any more time. Now, first up on my lineup, I've got Robert Sanchez in goal. Now for me, I'm expecting Sanchez to be Kepa to number 1 spot for next season, and that's for many good reasons, because sadly for Kepa can't be 6'5" like Sanchez. And I mention this point because I like Sanchez for that sense of physicality and aggression that he brings to his game. Because how many goals as fans have we conceded because our keeper can't make high claims? Our keeper can't command the 6-yard box. And I kind of feel like this encourages the opposition to flood our 6-yard box, which then means that you put more pressure on the rest of your teammates who aren't necessarily the best at defending from these areas. And I kind of feel like over the past few seasons, we have conceded way more goals in these moments than we should have. So I think that Sanchez will definitely give us an advantage now in these areas. But on top of that too, I feel like Sanchez just suits Pochettino. I feel like Sanchez's distribution, his ball playing, if De Zerbi doesn't appreciate that, I think Pochettino definitely will. And I can envision moments where like a Mudryk or Sterling or Jackson or Nkunku, they're making runs with a counter-attack out wide, and Sanchez has the ball playing qualities to play those accurate long-range kicks to kickstart these counter-attacks. Now, he isn't world-class, but I feel like if your best qualities suit the team, then that's all that really matters. So for me, Sanchez is my number 1 guy for next season. At right back, that has to be Reece James. Like, we didn't give this guy a mega money contract for nothing. I think Reece is set to have some incredible competition for Malo Gusto this season, because Gusto was not playing during pre-season. He really impressed, and I felt like Reece James needed a bit more time to get back to full speed. But once he gets back to full speed, there's not many more complete right backs in the game today, and I'm really excited to see how Reece James combines alongside a right winger playing in a much more offensive attacking system. We know this guy's qualities in the final thirds, the goal threat, the incredible crossing, the build-up player. He's an absolute unit, and he uses that physicality really well to dominate his 1v1. So for me, Reece James is absolutely clear, and alongside him, I've gone for new signing in Axel Disasi. Now I feel like the fan base is going to really like Disasi for this season, because this guy is a very well-rounded centre-back. He has the pace, he's a great box defender, but most importantly, this guy can play those progressive passes forward. This guy can carry the ball into the final third, and he is not afraid to take shots outside the box when the opportunities arise. He's a great character. He's a real leader on and off the field. And knowing the fact that Pochettino wants to have his attacking players picking up positions between the lines, it becomes even more important to have defenders that are able to play those line-breaking passes to find those attackers. So I think Disasi is going to be a great player for this season. And obviously beside him, I'm going for Levi Cole. Wow. For me, this guy is the definition of a wonder kid. And for over 3 years, if you guys have been watching me, I've been relentless in my praise for this guy, because the special things I've been seeing him do with his left foot, it makes me happy to see that the rest of the Premier League and the fan base now know exactly what Levi Cole is about. Now, Pochettino has been talking all that sweet goodness in his ear to make sure that he stays here, and already during pre-season, Cole is showing that authority. He's showing that ability to help kickstart those attacks for us. Like some of these passes between the lines, these line-breaking passes. And I think that Cole is going to be so important when it comes to releasing your Mudryks and Coles out wide. I mean, Matoma went up another level because he was on the receiving end of some beautiful service from behind from Cole. So if Matoma can benefit, then I think guys like Mudryk and Cole are set to cook this season. So for me, Cole and Disasi, that's going to be a very fun partnership. And at left back, I have gone for Ben Chilwell. Now, I kind of feel like this guy's getting a lot of unfair stick and heat during pre-season. I'm a bit confused as to where this has come from, because I remember Ben being one of our most reliable players since he signed for us. And in this system where Pochettino wants fullbacks that can go high and wide, make those overlaps, play box to box to be a constant outlet, there's no better guys in the Premier League compared to Ben. I think his delivery is dangerous, and regardless of this pre-season, let's not forget some of the balls he was playing last season. He has great goal threat. Remember that incredible half volley that he scored against Leicester? He's a big game player. He always performs in the big games. He has that experience too. So for me, currently based on available players, this is our best back four. In midfield, of course, that has to be Enzo Fernandez. Now, one thing that I've been really excited to see is how Pochettino is encouraging Enzo to actually get further forward a bit more. Now, last season, he had a very strict, disciplined role to play. He was playing like the quarterback role for us, playing amazing switch balls, but not having too much influence in the final third. But now that Pochettino has come here, we're seeing an Enzo Fernandez now combining a bit more with players between the lines. We're seeing an Enzo now that is a lot closer to goal, because this guy has that goal threat in his game and that finishing ability that we haven't allowed him to show since he signed for us. But on top of that, Enzo's a player that gives you that rhythm in the game. He makes the whole team play better due to the positions he finds and that ability to constantly help you play forward and forwards. I still can't believe he pulled this one off, but I think that Enzo is set to have an incredible season under Pochettino. And I think one of the reasons as to why that's set to happen is because alongside him, I'm expecting us to secure Moses Caicedo. Caicedo has proven to be one of the elite midfield players in the Premier League. Caicedo allows you to dominate and win that midfield battle. He's going to be so key in helping us build up from the back, because Caicedo not only can destroy and win back possession, but the guy is technically accomplished. I mean, how often does he play passes 1-2, 1-2 to constantly push his teams forwards? If you have an Enzo Fernandez, he needs to have someone like a Caicedo alongside him that he can trust, can find him in advanced positions, and he can trust won't be giving the ball away easily from deep positions. That is so key for this partnership to work. I think there's small similarities between Pochettino and De Zerbi, which makes me feel very confident that when Caicedo comes, he'll be able to acclimatize very easily, because this football is nothing new to him. So for me, one of the key signings of this window, Moises Caicedo, him and Enzo, what a midfield partnership, man. But to move on to the attack now, right wing, I'm going for Michael Olise. Now, as we know, we're trying to currently sign him from Crystal Palace, and for me, this guy is worth the investment, because without a doubt, he's one of the best young talents in the Premier League. I think he's Crystal Palace's best player. 11 assists last season, feeding guys like Ayew, feeding guys like Mateta, Edwards. Crystal Palace aren't known for getting goals, and I think that if you sign a player like Olise, who gets to play in an attacking, free-flowing, fluid type of game, this guy's output and production is set to go to new levels. One of the most elegant attacking players in the league. Those little like drop of the shoulders, that left foot, his running style, the balance of which he plays with. I feel like Olise is how we hoped Ziyech was set to be, but Olise can get past his man 1v1. He has that explosiveness in short distances. He can carry a counter attack as well too. And this guy is stupidly dangerous from set pieces, and he scores some beautiful free kicks. So I feel like Olise and Reece James can absolutely cook this season. And obviously in the middle, connecting everything good in the attack, I'm looking at our new 10/8 in Christo Nkunku. Now, he got 3 goals in pre-season. He was our top goal scorer. And I kind of feel like this is the best position that allows Nkunku to be Nkunku. Now, currently there's some doubts around how quickly he'll return back from injury. We have no confirmation around how severe the extent of his injury is. But in terms of the football, this guy I feel was worth the sacrifice made for letting guys like Kai and Mount go. Because Christo has something that a lot of these guys don't have, and that's goal threat. I mean, we're seeing the composure he shows in the final thirds. We're seeing the runs. He's not finding himself offside. He has the skill and footwork to create that separation too. And most importantly, this guy is equally a creator too. To have an attacking player that is equal parts goal scoring and creativity, it rarely comes through. And I see Nkunku just making our counter-attacks even better when he finds your Mudryks and co. His combo plays with Nico, his ability to drop into midfield too to receive from Enzo and Caicedo. I think Nkunku by far is one of the most important signings we've made in God knows how long. And yeah, I think this guy is going to be great for next season. After the news broke that Nkunku is now set to miss the next 4 months due to injury, I'm expecting us to make reinforcements now in the window to mount this title challenge. So I'm predicting that we may sign Mohamed Kudus because I feel like we've already made contact for the player. And tactically, he suits Pochettino's ideas to a T. Like, I need that hybrid attacker that is comfortable playing out wide if the ball's there, that can play centrally in tight spaces, that can play further forwards, that can drop deep, that can link up in the midfield as well too, and also someone capable when it comes to playing in tight spaces and making things come from nowhere. Now that we know he's available for 34.5 million, I think this could be a very wise addition to make if we want to make a serious title challenge. And obviously down that left hand side, it has to be Mykhailo Mudryk. Now, I'm really pleased to see how Pochettino has created that separation that players like Mudryk needs. I mean, look at Matoma last season at Brighton. If Matoma constantly had 2 guys on him, if Matoma constantly had to receive back to goal, would he be as effective as he was last season? Absolutely not. And this is where we never helped Mudryk last season. But now that Pochettino is here, he is saying, Mudryk, I want you to use your best qualities. I want you to use that world-class pace that you have to cause fear into teams for next season. Pochettino wants to encourage Mudryk to use that incredible pace that we all know he possesses. And now that he has more space on the left hand side, we're seeing Mudryk now showing more confidence in being his man. He can take him inside, he can take him outside. He's showing offensive and creative threat because this guy can cross the ball with either foot. It's a very, very high accuracy. And obviously the goal threat. I mean, we all saw that beautiful combo goal with him and Nico to score that goal against Brighton. I kind of feel that's like a small taster of things that come from Mudryk this season. And right now, I mean, this attack's looking quite sexy, I'm not going to lie. But to put that final cherry on top here, Nicholas Jackson completes his team because, wow, not only one of the surprise packages of this preseason, but I think this guy has really brought back that belief that, wow, I think we finally have a real Chelsea striker. Because not only did this guy score goals, he also created and assisted for his teammates. But it was the quality behind how he did everything. The intelligence of his runs in behind. When he dropped deeper, he encouraged forward runs to be made. And when you have guys like Nkunku and Mudryk and Enzo, they want to have a striker they can play off to make those runs in behind. But to add even more icing on this cake, Jackson has tech. Jackson has tech. He has skill. He can beat his man. He has a great touch, great control, great balance. He's one of those strikers that can create shots for himself by taking on his defenders and man. Like, that is a rare thing in the game today. And I think that he just complements Pochettino's ideas beautifully well. And you're looking at this team right now and it's like, okay, listen, Winston Lee, Lawrence Stewart, I can see why we gave you guys the keys to this football club, because you guys have made some spectacular deals so far to create this potential team. So that is my predicted lineup for next season. But my friends, to end things right now, up front, I've gone for Breuer to partner Jackson. Now, in terms of strikers, I think Nkunku, Jackson and Breuer are more than good enough for a season without Champions League football, yeah? I think that with guys like Vlahovic being linked, compared to all the other business we've done in this window, he's too opportunistic for me to really have that confidence behind the move. When I saw Jackson play for Pochettino in pre-season, that type of profile really suits how we play. And Armando Breuer is a similar profile. Powerful, takes on his man, great accurate shooting, explosive. He can link up as well too. Let Breuer get some game time now to develop. Let's not waste money right now. And obviously in attack, Raheem Sterling on the left hand side, of course, with the wages he's on, he's probably set to be here, but if he doesn't perform, who knows how this squad is looking for next season with guys like Cherki and Co on the market. Looking kind of stacked in these attacking mid areas. Obviously Nkunku is set to miss the next 4 months, but I feel like this is a big opportunity for Khan to make something happen. Really impressed during pre-season, and obviously having Mohamed Kudus there, but knowing that Madueke still isn't fully fit. or at least say won't be fit if we sign him as well too. I'd imagine Kudus playing on the right hand side, and hopefully Khan's getting more minutes in the middle. Obviously on the right hand side, Noni Madueke. Now him and potentially at least say battling down the right hand side, I think that's more than fair. I'd imagine both these guys getting fair, consistent minutes. I feel like Noni has that potential to be like our own Rafael Leao down that right hand side. The strength alongside the skill and the footwork, it's a very rare combination. Now in midfield, things get a little bit interesting. Obviously, Andre Santos, he has to remain here. Probably the best young player of this preseason. He is going to learn so much valuable experience from your Casados and your Enzos. And this guy has the potential to push these guys right to the end to even get a first team spot. Like, he really impressed me in terms of his positioning, his maturity, that bravery, how he wins the ball back, how he screens the defense, and most importantly, how he gets the team further up by constantly playing forwards. Like, this kid is a serious talent in the making, yeah? And alongside him, I've gone for Tyler Adams and I've gone for Ugo Chukwu. Now, I'm expecting Conor Gallagher to probably get sold because that has been like the main thing in reports now for the past month. Tyler Adams is available for a price that's too good to turn down. And he showed last season that he was top 10 in terms of ball winning mids in the league. So with his experience, it's a smart one to turn to. And obviously there are still question marks around him, but I think it would make sense to keep Ugo Chukwu, no? Another player that can greatly learn from the experience around him too. To end things with the defense now, obviously right hand side going to be Malo Gusto, and he'll be pushing Reece James throughout. And as we know, Reece James will probably get an injury at some point this season, as he tends to always get one. Would it even surprise me if Reece James even lost his spot in the first team due to Gusto just really pushing him? I mean, Gusto's progressive passes, balls over the top, the carrying, and most importantly, the defending. I mean, this guy wrapped up Matoma just like that. I think we did bits signing this guy, and in terms of defense, Badiashile, Fofana. Of course, Fofana, we won't see him at all. Badiashile should be back in the next at least month or two in that sense, and we still have Thiago Silva. Now, there's no Jalaba here because I think that once we signed Disasi, we're basically saying goodbye Jalaba. And I think this defense is all we need. I think Silva's experience, hopefully he can just teach all his young proteges a thing or two about the game, because there's no better teacher than Thiago Silva. And just seeing the defense, I mean, we're secured now for the next 5 years, right? And at left back, I have Ian Maatsen in my squad. Now, I only say this because we know that we are open to selling Cucurella if we get the right offer. And I wouldn't be surprised if we allowed a loan move in the final moments of the window if Cucurella doesn't play too much. And obviously we have Kepa in goal as well too, my friends. So that is the end for today's video. It's safe to say that with this type of quality that we should have before the window ends, I see exactly why Pochettino is saying we are here to challenge for the title. We're set to have a week break between games most of the time. We're going to have a bit of an unfair advantage in our own way. And we saw what happened in that 16-17 season, right? So my friends, I hope you guys definitely enjoyed today's video. Share your thoughts and opinions. What's your predicted lineup? What's your 23-24 squads? Let us know below and get involved in the discussion, my guys. So on that note, I am Nini FC. This is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Go.